Hey guys, welcome to Titty Heads channel. Please like and subscribe for more videos and check out my Patreon in the description box down below for more content. Hey guys, welcome back to Titty Heads channel. I'm your host Titty Head, and today we're doing a movie review for the new Vin Diesel hit movie called Bloodshot. I don't know why I called it a hit movie. Let's talk about it. So, on Rotten Tomatoes, it's getting a pretty low score. I think last time I checked, it was somewhere in the 40s. Now, this movie, it's an origin story. I feel some type of way about origin stories. I feel like, if you know the source material, just go into it. I think the best comic book / adaptation movie of any superhero was the original Michael Keaton, 1989, I believe it was, Batman, where Batman's been around for 5 years because everybody knows his origin story. And the funny thing about that movie is, even in the middle of that movie, they tell his origin story of why he became Batman. I think that's the best adaptation of any movie. This story, it starts with them giving you a little snippet of what his origin is. And he's kind of this overdone super soldier that can take out a whole bunch of enemy soldiers and stuff like that. And we expect that from a Vin Diesel movie. And they do a good kind of routine of laying down the foundation there for that. And there's nothing wrong with it. But that kind of drags on throughout the movie. And I feel like the movie didn't have any high points. So it's an action movie that does a lot of storytelling. And the problem with that is, it's like when you get to this moment of mystery and intrigue, somebody pops right up on the screen and says, this is what that means. I'm like, what? Why are you giving everything away? Why are you telling everything? Stop telling everything. This movie could have been a little bit shorter, which it could have stood to be a little bit shorter. And it could have been a little bit more interesting if people didn't explain every single thing to you, which was a problem in this movie. Most people by now kind of know what nanites are. You don't really have to explain them. All you need to know is you got a super soldier that can heal. That's it. Captain America does it. Wolverine does it. Do we really need any explanation by now? Since 2008, we've had this stuff going on, so we don't need any explanation for it. The story itself is sound. It's just over-explained. The story itself is sound, so the script is good. Vin Diesel is Vin Diesel. He's good at these roles. This is his first major foray in the past couple years outside of the Fast franchise. He did good. I think him playing this character was good. It was just everything around him that wasn't that great. The scenery for the way the movie was shot was spectacular. It's definitely something to visually absorb. I loved all the scenery, all the stuff like that. The cast was great. I love the cast. I mean, you had Isa Gonzalez, I believe her name is. Guy Pearce is always entertaining. Toby Kebbell, he's good. And of course, Sam, I'm butchering this, Hoohan, I believe I'm saying it correctly. So it wasn't a cast, it was just, I felt like the movie, for what it was supposed to be, was drawn out. There was just not enough excitement for as much movie as there was. And the biggest issue with this whole movie was not the movie itself, the first trailer. I said this in my trailer review, that if you saw the first trailer, I even spoke to one of my friends and said the same thing. If you saw the first trailer, you've seen the whole movie. You've really seen the whole movie. Some of the most exciting stuff that happens in the movie, they put it in the first trailer. Why? That ruined the whole movie. I knew what was going to happen. There were no surprises. It was nice to see these characters being portrayed. And I feel the same way about Spider-Man too, because, I know everything about Spider-Man. So it's nice to see him on the screen, but I kind of know what's going to happen. And this movie felt the same way. Because of that trailer, you knew what was going to happen. Because you've seen a bunch of movies, the movie was predictable. So I'm sorry to say, it was a nice first try. And by no means was it Vin Diesel's fault. But just the direction of the movie overall wasn't that great. The scenery was beautiful. The acting was done well by the whole cast. But there was nothing that stood out in the movie. And that it's such a waste. It's such a waste. I've read some Bloodshot, I've read some Valiant comics, which is what this is based on. And they're good stories. They're very ground-based stories, so you're not going to get into like Superman type movie stuff, but the stories are interesting. But when you just give everything away during and before the movie, you know, I can only blame the production. This is one of David S. Wilson's first forays into actually making a movie. The screenplay was by Jeff Wadlow and Eric Hesser. I can't say his name, Hesser. But they sit there and they treat the audience like idiots and say, hey, let me explain everything that's going to happen when I just set up a mystery for you. So it was a good movie, but it shot itself in the foot a whole lot. And I'm going to be honest with you, I would say because of the way this direction this movie went, and I see that there's a lot of other reviewers that are saying the same thing, this might be a wait for it to hit DVD or digital download or something like that. I think it was a good try, but, and I even said this to my friends, if it came down to me watching the first Iron Man movie or this Bloodshot movie, I'd watch Iron Man. I mean, there's no other way to say it. It's just, they tried so hard, and I was really hoping for Vin Diesel to pull this off. But, you know, even his, and I think this movie is going to make some money. I just don't think it's going to be the blockbuster that they wanted it to be, which is a shame. Now, what I think they should do is just move on to XO Man of War. Just go ahead, you know, Bloodshot is his thing, but move on to XO Man of War. And I think their best shot at this point is to move on to XO Man of War, find somebody young enough to pull it off for 10 years, a known actor who's good, who can pull it off for 10 years, because it's pretty much a Viking barbarian story in a techno suit. Just go ahead and do that, because I think at this point, if Bloodshot gets a sequel, it'll be a miracle. And you know they're trying to turn this into like a MCU franchise. I think if Bloodshot gets a sequel out of this, it would be a miracle. I'm not expecting it. If it does, great. Hopefully they can get away from this style of storytelling that they did in this movie, because it was very lacking. It was long-winded. It was boring. I really sat in that chair thinking like, man, is this thing over with yet? So I really hope they can recoup with a sequel or a spin-off movie to the Valiant universe. Because like I said, I like Valiant stories. So I just think they need something to hold on to from this point on. So hopefully they have something else in the works that can pull them out of this rut. Because this movie didn't quite hit the mark like they wanted to. I just don't know. Even the box office numbers are really low. So we'll see what happens to Valiant movie universe after this. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Let me know down in the comments if you've seen Bloodshot or you've read a Valiant comic. I'd really love to know. And thank you so much for watching this video. You have a good day. Peace.